Hello everyone, it's Old Guardian here. I started to explore the post-nerf Witchwood meta by playing some Control Paladin. And this Control Paladin list is actually the same list that I played in the pre-nerf meta, and there's a complete guide video of this already on this channel. But I decided to give it a try and see how it works in the post-nerf meta. And well, it's mediocre. I won half of my games playing this deck, which, to be honest, obviously is not quite good enough. And I don't see it getting better. I think it's going to get worse as other decks are going to get more refined. So what was the performance of the deck overall? Linessa and Zola, it's still good. Sometimes Linessa and Zola is good, and it can win some games. But it feels like it's not enough. The deck is not threat heavy enough. It needs something more. Call to Arms. I'm still trying a little bit with Call to Arms, but I've also started to branch into non-Call to Arms Control Paladin builds that run stuff like Doomsayers, because I think that might be a better approach if Control Paladin is viable at all. In this particular high-performing cards were Vicious Scalehide, Paragon of Light, and Blessing of Kings. So that combination of these minions that heal, or heal when buffed, and a very effective buff proved to be quite strong at times. But I'm not sure if it's possible to fit in all of those cards in other types of decks. I've been trying Call to Arms list with these, but I think a non-Call to Arms list might be stronger. That said, I've prepared a couple of interesting games for you to check out, and if you enjoy this content, then please click the like button and subscribe to my channel for more. And now let's take a look at Control Paladin in action. It's a brand new meta, so this is like a Control Mage, right? It's not going to be Aggro Mage. It will still be an Aggro Mage. I think I'll try with this hand. Having Pyro Equality may or may not be useful. If it's Control Mage, this is terrible. If it's Aggro Mage, well, it depends on whether they find some sweet counter spells. Here's my new 5-mana Call to Arms. It's fine, I don't mind. I'm cool with that. Okay, it's not a Control Mage. Control Mage would not coin out anything. New meta, except it's kind of the old meta. That's fine, that's fine. We roll some hero powers, see what happens. Very low tempo. Interesting. That's still okay. I think we drop the Paragon. See what happens this time. He wonders what is that card even? Yeah, I know. It's not a very self-explanatory card. He kept a bunch of cards. He still has 2 cards that he kept, so there should be a Tempo Mage. He got a secret from the Arcanologist. But now we have managed to confuse the opponent utterly. What? What can this mage deck be? And why would they do that? That's exactly my question. Why would you do that? Oh, in order to get that one down. So it is aggressive because he has Beneverm. I mean, I could of course play Pyro Equality. That would wipe the Beneverm. The real question is, do I need to do that? And I think the answer is I do not. I can simply silence the Beneverm. I think this is the line. He just used a Frostbolt for board control. Now there's a Spellbreaker on the way. But that's probably a counter spell. You would play a counter spell for this turn. Alright. Because then the Call to Arms would go into that. Which is of course a little bit nasty. Because I liked that Call to Arms. I guess we'll check with the Protector. Yep, that's a counter spell, alright. Does he have another counter spell? So I could still play Pyro. I think I'm just consecrating here, right? Gets rid of the counter spell. If I play Pyro Equality, this one loses the Divine Shield. I'll just consecrate into the counter spell. Let's do that. I couldn't quite decide which line to go for. He could have another counter spell, of course. Well, now he can't play one, even if he has one. He can ping and hit with the Manabam, so he gets to hit face with 4 damage. Alright. Pyro equality seems fairly safe here. He doesn't generally have a lot of board pressure. I could also call to arms. I might pull some scale hides and stuff. Can he have another counter spell? Yeah, it is. Let's call to arms. Thin the deck a little bit. This fellow can hit there and heal me up for 1. That's fine. Alright, we got some card draw, we got some deck thinning going. I mean, I have the tutor coming on 9 if I can just survive in a good position up to that point. The second counter spell is crucial. We have seen one counter spell. Haven't found any buffs yet. I would like to find some buff for the scale hide. Well, there's my buff. But my scale hide is probably going to die to that Cinderstorm. Yeah, that's awkward. Now I have to clean this up. Pyro equality time. And then I guess I drop the Paragon. Because now if he doesn't kill the Paragon, and if he doesn't have a counter spell, I can steed the Paragon. And then I will have a lot of life steal. He might be able to kill me in a couple of turns before I get to the Uther. But now he has to choose. Does he deal with the Paragon or does he not? He goes kind of halfway. Interesting addition with the Secret Keeper. So if I steed the Paragon now, I have a 4/8 with lifesteal. I can also do Pyromancer Consecration, which will kill his board. Does he have a silence there? This kind of deck has not traditionally run silence. I think I'm not worrying about silence right now. I think I'm stealing the Paragon. And just hero powering here. So now we have 4/8 with lifesteal. If he can silence that, then obviously he's in a decent spot. I still get 10 healing next turn from Uther. But if he can't silence that, then he has to throw so much damage into it. He just cannot do it. And there's another 2/6 taunt coming from that, so even if he kills it with spells, his minions are still not pushing through. And then there's the Uther. He might run silence, he might run weapon removal. Traditionally these decks have not run that, but they have not run Secret Keeper either. Let's see. I think the steeded Paragon could be GG. Even if he has double fireball in hand, he cannot kill me this turn. I quite strongly believe this might be just GG. Oh yes, give me that sweet healing. Yes, this is excellent. Hi Matsuki. Good to see you too. I think I'm wiping this board. Uther time. Yep. That's a lot of healing. And I'll wipe your board too. What do you think about that? Now I'm back to 26 and this is GG. But yes, Call to Arms does indeed cost 5 mana now. Yeah, I don't care too much about that. Both Frostbolts are gone, one Fireball is gone. I'm healing up, and I start to make these horsemen. Yep. Which was sad, but it happens in card games. I don't particularly even want to play the Righteous Protector. He could have an Orchard Cleric. He gets to draw some cards. I guess I'll still play it. It doesn't die immediately, then I play the Loot Hoarder on 2. Unless he has a buff for the Cleric, then I can kill it. Oh, it should still be fine. Priest that likes to do nothing. Oh, I guess I'm having some cards here. Let's see what happens. Now he's wondering, what is that card? Everyone is wondering, what is that card? Because even though that was in my original Control Paladin build, which was very successful, by the way, in the early Witchwood, then no one else has been playing that card ever. He's still wondering what that card is. But priests don't really run anything that deals with this stuff, right? That was a seriously weak turn. That was a seriously weak turn. I guess I still have to sacrifice this to kill that one. Yeah. Let's do that. Enjoy the Glass Knight. Then it was. Well, that Spellbreaker could be rather convenient, although it does expose this something like a Duskbreaker. I could also just call 2 arms. That both might also be weak to Duskbreaker. I think we're about to see. I think Call to Arms is safer than Spellbreaker. Too bad this doesn't get the Divine Shield back because I'm not damaged. I believe that one just goes face. If I had taken any damage, then the Vicious Scalehide could give the Divine Shield back. If he wants to Duskbreaker this board, he will at least lose the Twilight Drake. This looks like a pretty standard Mind Blast Priest so far. But who knows, it could be something else. He's doing some pretty weak moves so far, at least. That Drusilla champion is actually pretty sweet. Not for this turn, but for next. He's likely to have some silence effects. He has Mass Dispel and stuff like that in the deck. So I don't want to steed just yet. I want to draw a card with this fellow. Then I want to equip a Drusilla champion to kill that one. Yeah, I'm kind of just hitting face here. And now, unless he silences, but he cast a Shadow Vision, so he could have picked up Mass Dispel. I want to get him to use his Mass Dispel to get rid of the Glass Knight. And then get to steed something, but if he has multiple Mass Dispels, then of course that's more of a problem. Because he can silence away those steeds. An ooze, eh? Fine, I don't mind an ooze. What else do you have? Sure, you have some other stuff too. There's the Mass Dispel. So I know the Mass Dispel was in his deck just moments ago. He could have it available again now. So I think as a precaution I will trade here. Yeah, trading here is fine. And then I'll steed the 1/1. Hit him in the face a little bit more. Let's try this line. One Mass Dispel is gone. Oh, is he going to have a... Is he going to have a Cabal Shadow Priest? This looks like a preparation play for Cabal Shadow Priest. But I can just steed this again. I think we're trying that one. We just re-steed and push 8 damage to face. Let's see what he's going to do about that. Because that really looked like he wants to Cabal Shadow Priest this. But now obviously he cannot do that. He might have another Acolyte and then the Cabal Shadow Priest. That would be inconvenient. This play really looks like he has another Twilight Acolyte and another Cabal Shadow Priest. Then he gets to take away this one, but I can still silence it afterwards. So it's not the end of the world for me. I think what I want to do here is thin my deck. Let's thin the deck a little bit. I play the Paragon of Light too.
Let me light the way.
These fellows are just hitting face here. But I think there's going to be another Twilight Acolyte and a Cabal Shadow Priest this turn. Which will then force the silence onto the 4/13 double-steeded minion. I mean, that looks like the most likely line that he's going for here. Which will force a silence from me.
Let me change your mind.
Yeah, I will have to silence that. Sad times. I will have to silence it. That's 8, 12. 12 plus 3, that's 15 damage coming in. Do I need to wipe this board as well? I may well have to. But yeah, that was pretty obvious play from him. Can't quite push enough damage yet. I can put him down to 2 though. Then it's Pyro Equality time. I'm gonna wipe the board. He's down to 2. He has spent 1 Divine Hymn and 1 Holy Fire. If he simply heals his face, he could have a Primordial Drake though. He has Alex. Alex is nice. Yeah, Alex is really nice here. And Alex can start hitting me in the face. And he has another Mass Dispel left too. I can't kill the Alex this turn. It's probably not useful to try. What if I sound the bells 5 times? Turn this into a 6 and something. 6-11. I think that's the line I'm taking here. That spells. And the 6-11 is going face. If he wants to kill this by playing Anduin, he also kills the Alex. Alex will then hit face first. It's unlikely that he has any Shadow Word Deaths in that deck. They don't usually run those. It's Alex to the face and Anduin. He forgot to attack with the Alex. Missing 8 damage. That's pretty bad. I think he needed that 8 damage, to be honest. I don't want to play Uther yet this turn. I want to Uther next turn. Because then I will get more out of the healing. He probably has weapon removal anyway. Not too bad I can't kill his guys, though. Maybe he does. Maybe he is. It's pretty difficult to evaluate, really. I think I'm doing this here. Just setting this down to 4 so that it's threatened by the Silverhand Recruit and it can be threatened by the Uther. A lot of cards in hand. Alright, we got rid of all the silences. So now if I find Linessa, that's GG. He's looking for Mind Blast, now he's very cocky and confident. But he can still have weapon removal, so that might actually win him the game still. Why do you have to consistently keep telling that? Let's see. He got MC. No, they don't run Mind Control in this list. They haven't run Mind Control in a long time in that list. What I'm more concerned about is weapon removal. I'm the Linessa, and solo the Linessa. Let's see what happens next. So now we have this 1427 Linessa. He's not going to have Mind Control. They don't play Mind Control in that list anymore. They don't play Shadow Word Death either. So with Anduin gone, and both Mass Dispels gone, means that Well, he can still have Divine Hymn, I guess. Well, he had a Psychic Scream. Alright. So I have more Linessas in the deck. Punch him in the face. He has another Psychic Scream, actually. Oh, that's slightly inconvenient. Does he have it in hand? He could. So do I even Hero Power now? Because if I Hero Power, that means that I'm less likely to draw Linessa again next turn. I guess I'm not Hero Powering. Alright, you were able to scream away one Linessa. He had both screams, so he was able to scream both Linessas. Now it's 1 in 4 for me to draw Linessa again. And there's Linessa coming back, which is nice. Screams are gone. Yeah, this seems fine. He has now spent both Psychic Screams. I think that's a Mind Blast that he picked up with the Visions, because he was very cocky and very confident of winning this game when he picked up that card. So I have every reason to believe that it is a it is a Mind Blast. But of course he will not. I saved the weapon just so that I can equality away his Primordial Drake should he find one, and then Linessa just hits him in the face. So then we play the equality. And kill off his taunt, and then hit him in the face with Linessa. And I think I'm keeping equality. Equality is one of the key pieces I might need, whether it's Spiteful or Taunt Druid. Oh, this one is Spiteful. That's interesting. Alright, we start with the Hero Power, then we go with the Paragon, then we go with the Glass Knight, then we go with the Call to Arms, and we hope we don't die somewhere in the middle. Ow! It hurts when they have the Greedy Sprite, and keep another 2 cards too. And they have Silence as well, so... some pain on the way, but let's see. He has multiple ways of killing the Paragon. I think he's probably going to trade with the Sprite, right? I mean, he could play the Druid of the Sky, rush it in. He might even Hero Power this down if he doesn't have anything good to develop here. Yeah, that was to be expected. I think I got some Flame Elemental out there. But it has to be the Glass Knight. Now this can proc the shield, and if he has the Druid he can use that. For example, he doesn't actually have to kill the Glass Knight. Not yet next turn, but turn after that. And proccing the Divine Shield. He could have Fungal Mess. He doesn't proc. Why won't you proc the Divine Shield? That seems very questionable at the very least. Let's see what I can pick up. Alright, I think I'm killing that Dark Reaper. We hit there, and because he went face, I heal 1, which gives the Divine Shield back to the Glass Knight. I'm cool with this. That's fine. He's going to have double silence in that deck, which is annoying, to say the least. Can't get the Divine Shield back again. Oh, he has a Glacial Shard, right? Yeah. That's a Glacial Shard. It's a nice Glacial Shard. I haven't found any buffs yet. No Bells, no Kings, no Steed. Oh, Steed would have been so good here. Well, I don't have the Steed, so I don't think I'm going to go for any equality plays yet. He still has 1 more card he kept, so that could be the Spiteful. Vicious Scalehide. Still a bit early for that one too. Now he has on the board enough resources to kill the Glass Knight. What can you do? Happens. We roll in with this. It's the double silence that I fear, really. Now he can finally play the Spiteful Summoner. Oh, it was a top deck Spiteful Summoner. Top decking Spiteful Summoners is a useful skill to have. Then he can kill the Glass Knight. But he wants to... I'm not sure I follow. Why would you do that? Does this still force an equality? Does it force Pyro equality? It might. Hurts to use Pyro equality for just a single card. And he might still have another Spiteful there. Then I need to do another equality and Scale Hide next turn. Let's drop the Pyro equality. The Glass Knight survives. But unfortunately I can't give it the Divine Shield back. Scale Hide can only rush, so there was no way for me to take away the Divine Shield first and then give it back. Now if he has another Spiteful Summoner...
The rage. It claims me.
this is good as well. No buffs for the Linessa yet, not a single one. 5 buff cards, all are in the deck. Choosing the champion immediately after. Well, this is how we roll. Does he run weapon removal? It's possible, some of these lists do. He did have the other Spiteful Summoner ready as well. So this is the point where I will have to spend the equality. I need to get rid of this Altar Soar. Well, I could also just spend the Tarim. Oh, I like that. Because equality can do so many things later when he goes wide. Next turn he might play a Ultimate Infestation. But I guess this is Tarim turn. And I want to clear this board up. Alright. We faced 2 Spiteful Summoners. As soon as they were able to be played, he had one in the opening hand and he drew the second for on turn 6. And we survived. Of course, there's still more threats to come. We're not done here. Does he have weapon removal in the deck? He might. But I think this is still an Uther turn. Uther just lines up so nicely with that Ghoul Infestor. I get the removal on that. I get to keep the Tarim on the board. But there's still a lot of stuff coming. Including, of course, the Mind Control tax. So I need to be wary of the number of minions I have on the board. He may or may not have an Ooze there, but simply killing the 5/5 was already a pretty decent result from the Uther. It's okay if he uses the weapon. It's sad, but it's okay. Well, he has to have an Ooze, he wouldn't play this. Well, that's an interesting line. A 4/6A. I could just bless the Tarim to take that down. I think that's pretty strong. I'm just blessing the Tarim. Tarim kills the Crypt Lord. I'll kill the Scalebane. But I get hero power. This seems like a strong line. He could play Leroy Mind Control tech for a 25% to get a 7/7 taunt. Hasn't found his Kel asset yet. Crypt Lords are gone. Summoners are gone. Doesn't look too bad. There's 2 cards deeper into this deck so far only. He's going to have double silence in that deck. Well, that's interesting. I think I'm using my weapon on the Scalebane again. I probably want to keep the Tarim healthy. I will need to use the Scale Hide though. Yeah, I will have to use the Scale Hide. So we trade with this one. Yeah. Trade with that one. Play the Scale Hide. Trade with Scale Hide. Trade with Tarim. Trade with weapon. Play Loot Horde, hero power. Alright, so now we have 3 minions on the board. He was running double Scalebane. That's a lot of Scalebanes. That's more than I would expect in general from a Spiteful Druid. I just want to find a bit more buffs here for that Linessa, although he probably has double silence. Pretty great if he spent 1 silence on something.
Your magic shall not save you.
Yeah, I like that. I like that he spent 1 silence now. That makes Linessa so much better, once I find some buffs. He can't Fungal Mancer this board yet. Alright, alright. Well, I have the Equality Consecration. I could also simply play the Consecration, because I still have another Pyromancer and another Consecration in the deck. So I think simply playing Consecration is fine here. Let's see if I can also find a buff. Attack with this one first. Well, that's not a buff, but it's still not bad. Because I can do Consecration. And I can do Choosilla Champion to kill the Spellbreaker. So I get another hero power minion on the board. Keep my minion count at 3. Continuously keep my minion count at 3. I would love to find 1 steed. Both steeds are in the bottom 9. Both bells are in the bottom 9 too. Come on, give me some... I mean, there's 4 buffs now. And now that I still have the board, those buffs would be so sweet. If I could only find them. Does he have an Ultimate Infestation left in the deck? Is this going to cast an Ultimate Infestation?
I tried this.
He does! Oh wow! Alright, where is it going to hit? That was actually pretty strong right here. That was pretty strong. But I still cannot find a buff card. 8 cards in the deck. 4 of them are buff cards. Tonight has not been a great night. This one is going to pull a Pyromancer and a Righteous Protector right now. He's going to have Fungal Mancers in hand. But I just can't kill everything. Other than with Equality. I think I'll kill this one so he can't get full Fungal Mancer value immediately. Yeah, I don't want to give him all of the Fungal Mancer value right here. Alright. And burns a Firefly. Couldn't find a more insignificant card to burn. He has a Spellbreaker in hand. He has a Saranite Chain Gang in hand. He has the Kelesset in hand. If he goes really wide, I can do Call to Arms Equality. He doesn't go very wide though. Good play, good play. I know he has Silence in hand. I would leave him with 11 on board. I can afford to leave him with 11 on board, right? If he even chooses to use the Silence yet. He probably has Leroy, and he has Malfurion. And he has another Fungal Mancer. Can he get to lethal with Fungal Mancer, Silence, and then Leroy the following turn? I hope not. Tarim will kill one of these. I think I'm hero powering here. Okay. He has one silence left. So if he chooses to silence the Tarim to get rid of the steed, then he can't get rid of the steed on Linessa. But I still have another 3 buff cards in my last 7. Linessa is not very big yet. It is just a 7-11. Malfurion is always a good choice here. He goes for the poisonous minions, right? He goes for the taunts. Well, he still has a fungal mancer. A little bit surprised by the trade. But he holds on to the silence still. There's Star Creeper, there's Silence, there's Fungal Mancer. There's a Glacial Shard. What if I play Pyro Call to Arms, which kills this one? And I can also kill the Serenite Chain Gang with that. And increase my chance of finding Consecration. 3 buffs cards in the bottom 6. And he still has a Silence in hand. I think I need to do just this. For now. I still have a Consecration in the deck. So I have a decent chance to get an equality Consecration play if he goes for a Fungal Mancer. He has Spellbreaker, Fungal Mancer, Tar Creeper. There's the Fungal Mancer. He still has to trade away the Pyro. So that's a thing. There's a bit of a problem in that he still has the... He has Leroy. And he has Silence. 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 13. He has 19 with Leroy. But he can't Leroy and Silence on the same turn.
Your magic shall not save
I think I need to do this. But can he have lethal next turn? Because I did this. He can't buff these minions anymore. He has Leroy. He has 1 Silence. So I still need to fight for the board. He has a Lich King. Oh. I didn't see that coming. Oh no. I'm going to have to equality. Leroy Silence. 6, 7. 13 damage with Leroy Silence. He's almost there. If he got a good Lich King card, he wins. I'll have to equality so that I can kill the Lich King. Then I have to steal one of these. $13 damage with Leroy and Silence. Doesn't have mana to hero power on the same turn. And if he spends his last Silence, I can Linessa, and then he cannot get any damage through.
Your magic shall not save.
But unless he has a Lich King card. He got the Lich King card. Thank you for watching. If you enjoyed the show, please click the like button and subscribe to my channel for more.